Welcome to this mathematics lesson. We're going to discuss a grade 9 evaluation. This is in the preparation for the Kjsea 2025. So welcome all. You can invite people to this broadcast. Remember, our consultation line is displayed here. You can reach out anytime for resources and for consultations. So we're going to take you through this paper, question by question, bit by bit, until you understand everything. In number 1, what is the total value of 2 in 435,637 plus 97,210? The total value of digit 2. That is already a prediction that once we add these two numbers, in the answer there will be a digit 2. So now we need the total value of digit 2 in that. So 435, 637 plus 97,210. This is giving us, when we add, this is giving us a 532,847. So now this is what we are having as the answer. So ours is to ask ourselves, what is the place value of digit 2? So this is a ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. So 2 is at thousands. So if 2 is at thousands, then the total value will be the digit itself is 2 multiplied by the place, thousands. So we expect 2,000 now to be our answer. So the correct choice was B for this particular question. Number 2, calculate -4 plus -4, then plus +10. It's good for you to know that when a positive follows a negative, we get negative. So in other words, we are having -4. It's in number 2. And instead of plus minus, that becomes a minus. Then plus and plus remains a plus, +10. So when we move from a, okay, we can even apply the BODMAS. -4 plus 10. -4 plus 10 plus 10. Because we should start with adding. So when we are at -4 in the number line, then we add 10. That means we will move to the right 10 units. So from -4, if we move 10 units to the right, we will find ourselves at +6, because we'll move this 4, then we add 6 more for there to be a total of 10 units moved to the right. Then now from there, we are supposed to move from -6 minus 4. We have to move now backwards for 4 units. So to subtract 4 means we will find ourselves at -2. So -2 now becomes our answer. So the right choice is C for this particular question. As we continue learning, it's good I invite all my followers to this program, whereby you can purchase airtime from your M-Pesa for any line, Safaricom, Airtel, Telcom. Just go to the M-Pesa, Lipa na M-Pesa, the pay bill number 737356. Then the account number is your phone number that you're purchasing the airtime for. You enter the account number, which is the line now. Can be 0704153366 like mine. Then I now enter the amount that I would like to use. And after that, I complete the transaction, and the airtime is going to reflect instantly from our side. So please utilize this facility, and take note that you can still purchase for a friend, whereby you use the pay bill 737356. Then now the account number will be the number of the friend that you're purchasing airtime for, and you proceed with the same. they will also receive the airtime instantly. So please be free to utilize our facility. We proceed at number 3 now. Water at 25 degrees Celsius was put in an ice maker to change it into ice cubes. By the end of the day, the temperature of the formed ice was negative 99 degrees Celsius. Find the temperature change. So changing in temperature from positive 25 all the way, from positive 25 all the way to negative 99, all the way to 99, but on the negative. That means we are now talking of, let me do a line here to illustrate. So we are at positive 25 here. Initial temperature was 25 degrees Celsius. But now the temperature goes down. Temperature goes down until it goes beyond 0 degrees Celsius, and it proceeds downwards until negative 99 degrees Celsius. You know, this is to mean that there is 25 degrees here. That is a change of 25, and it continues decreasing for another 99 downwards. So at the end of the day, the total change will be 25 and 99 more, which is going to be 124. 120. Let me write it well. This is from 25, then another 99. So the total change is going to be 124 degrees Celsius. Therefore, from 25 all the way to negative 99, temperature will have changed through 124 degrees Celsius. So the right choice becomes part D, this. Work out negative 6. So negative 6 multiplied by a negative 7, then multiplied by a negative 8. You see, we can work with the first two, negative 6 by negative 7. You know, a negative multiplied by a negative will have the sign of negative disappearing and becoming positive. This is a 42. So we have positive 42. But now, a positive will now be multiplied by a negative 8. Multiplied by negative 8. So when we multiply by negative 8, we will get negative 336. Negative 336. Which means our answer is option A. Work out again number 5. Work out again number 5. Let's look at number 5. Yeah, so to work out number 5. Sorry, let me check that. Just a minute, I'm getting to the paper right now. All right. Can get back to the files. Then we open it from this end. Yeah. Sorry for that inconvenience, but we are back. Work out again. Number 5. Negative 6 multiplied by positive 9. That plus 7 minus 12 divided by 3. This is equivalent to 7. Remember, every number must be accompanied by the sign behind it. Therefore, when we talk about 12 minus 3, 12 divided by 3, sorry, at this point, 12 divided by 3, it should be negative 12. We are talking about negative 12. Therefore, when I talk about negative 12 now, using the working space on my right, I will talk about negative 12, not 12, divided by 3, which is negative 4. So if this expression has to be rewritten, then it will be negative, and applying BODMAS, by the way, sorry, I didn't quote this. We are starting with, we don't have brackets and we don't have off. So we had to begin with division. So that now after dividing, we go to multiplication. So negative 6 by 9 becomes negative 54. So negative 54 plus 7 minus 4. Then minus 7. Because after dividing, that became a minus. Then the second thing was multiplication. So we have addition now, whereby we have to take negative 84 and we add 7. What is giving us negative 47? Then minus 4, minus 7. So when we subtract 4, we will go to negative 51. Then we subtract 7 further, we go to negative 58. See? So our final answer, part B. Part B is now the final answer. Remember, we had labeled this one. I had opened this one. Then here the answer was, I think this one. And we had 2000 there. Yeah, sure. So we can now continue and very fast. Convert 0.415 into a percentage. To convert a fraction to a percentage, we usually multiply by 100. To convert a decimal to a percentage, we also multiply by 1000. Therefore, 0.415 must be multiplied by 100 to give us 41.5%. 41.5%. The right is becoming D. Number 7. Find the volume of a cubic tank whose length is 8. The tank is cubic. And the length is 8, which means this tank, this kind of a tank now, is going to have 8 by 8 by 8 because it is cubic. So it will be 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8. In other words, 8 power 3, which is going to be 512 cubic centimeters. 512 cubic centimeters. So we write our answer here, 512 cubic centimeters, because a cubic meter, sorry, it's a tank. Tank is in meters. Because when I look at the choices provided, we are not having 512 in any of them. Yeah. Using a calculator, find the cube of 3.77. Round off your answer. Off should be double F. Round off your answer to 2 decimal places. To 2 decimal places. So I'm just going to write 3.77 in my calculator. Then there is x power 3. So that is what I tap so that I may cube it. So I'm getting 53.58263 in the calculator. But now there is the instruction of rounding off to 2 decimal places. So the first decimal place, the second decimal place is 8. But after 8, we are having 3. We are having 2, sorry. 2 cannot increase 8 because it is below 5. If it was 5 or above, it could have increased 8 to a 9. So now we just have to settle with 53.58 to 2 decimal places, making D the right answer. Part 9. The volume of a cubic box is 0.63149 square centimeters, cubic centimeters. Find the length of one side of the cube. If we are given the volume, and to know that in a cubic box, the volume will be length times width times height. Yeah, length times width times height. Then for us to get width, volume equals to length power 3, which means then to get the length, we need the third root of the volume. Third root of the volume. Therefore, we need the third root of 0.63149. Now, this one I just type into my calculator. Shift power 3. Shift, then the box that has power 3. Then you write 0.63149. Yeah. This is giving me exactly 0.8579, which means if I have to express it to 3 decimal places, then it shall be 0.858. 0.858. Option A becomes our choice. Proceeding to number 10, you find a question which says that the sides of a cubic box are 8 centimeters. Find the volume of the cube and leave your answer in index form with a base of 2. Very clear instructions with a base of 2. So this is 512. Remember, we had cubed 8 cubic centimeters, but now we have to express it to a base of 2. So to a base of 2, we need 2 power. Let me check 2 power 9. Yeah, this is 2 power 9. Remember, 8 itself is 2 power 3. Actually, we can even begin there. Then now we are supposed to cube this, which will result to 2 power 9. We just multiply the powers. 2 power 9 cubic centimeters, making B the correct choice. Yeah, making B the correct choice. And now the law that we have applied here, which is called the product law of indices, we apply it in number 11. Evaluate 3 power 5 raised to the power of 2 over 5. So this will be 3 power 5. Then we have to multiply this by 2 over 5. You know, this becomes 3 power 2 because 5 and 5 have to cancel. This will simplify to 9, making A our right choice. Find the common logarithm of 100 million. The logarithm is the power into which base 10 has been raised. Logarithm is the power. Logarithm is the power into which base 10 has been raised. Base 10 has been raised. Therefore, when we talk about 100 million, 100 million, this is what it means. So this is 10 raised to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. Just a minute. Yeah, 10 power 8, exactly. 10 power 8. So the power 8 now is our logarithm. 8 is our logarithm, so that becomes our answer. Remember the consultation line is on the board. Number 13 now. Calculate the surface area of the cylinder below. We are assuming that the cylinder is a solid, whereby it has a curved surface and the circular top and bottom circles. So the curved surface area. The curve will be given by 2 pi r h multiplied by h. 2 pi r multiplied by h. So 2 pi r, you know, r should be, what has been provided is a diameter of 21. So 10.5 is the r now, multiplied by a height of 91. So we need to talk about 2 by 22 over 7 multiplied by 10.5 multiplied by 91. 91 the height, yeah? So I'm getting 606 square centimeters. Then we talk about the circle now. Top and bottom, which are circles. Pi r squared. Then we multiply this by 2. So pi r squared times 2. So we can get one circle first. 22 over 7 multiplied by 10.5 squared. This is a 346.5. Then we multiply by 2 so that we get 693 square centimeters. After this, we can talk about total surface area, which will be 693 plus 6006. This will be a total of 6702. 6702 square centimeters. 6702 square centimeters. So I hope my computation is right, unless I made just a minute. Let me check once again. 693. Then I add 6006. 6699. Sorry. 6699. 6699 square centimeters, making option C to be the best answer. Yeah, the only correct answer. Talking about number 14. The question says that the cost of petrol at Shell reduced from 200 to 180 in March 2025. Calculate the percentage decrease in price. So we first get the decrease itself. What is the decrease here? So the decrease will be 200 minus 180, which is 20. So percentage decrease is going to be the decrease itself out of initial multiplied by 100. We make it a percentage. So this is going to be 10%. It's going to be 10%. 10%, making option A to be the right answer. Look at number 15. The time that Kjsea took to run a race was 6 out of 7 of the time excuse, of the time that Kjsea took. Kjsea took 210 seconds. How long did Kjsea take? So Kjsea is going to take 6 out of 7 of the time that Kjsea took, which is 210. So 6 over 7 of means multiplied by. This will be 6 over 7 multiplied by 210, giving us exactly 108 seconds. So this is going to be option C. Number 16. A screwdriver fueled at a station. He paid 19,800 Kenya shillings for 110 liters of fuel. For 110 liters of fuel. How much would he pay if he had fueled 100 liters of fuel? So ours is to say that 19,800 is the cost of 110. What about only one? What about one liter of fuel? So we talk about 19,800 out of 110, and we discover that there was 180 Kenya shillings per liter, which means if 180 is the cost of 1 liter, then we have to multiply this by 100 for us to get the cost of 100 liters of the same. This would be Kenya shillings 18,000. 18,000. Option A becomes our right answer. Now, number 17. A manufacturing company produces 34,500 bags of cement in 5 days. Calculate its rate of production. When we talk about rate, we mean the number of items produced per unit time. Now, it all varies from the units of time provided in a given question. For example, here, we have days being used. So if we add hours, we would have calculated per hour. If we add weeks, we would have calculated per week. If we add years, per year. So this time around, we will talk about per day. So if in 34,500, this one is for 5 days, then what about each day? 34,500 out of 5. This will be 6,900. These are bags per day. Bags per day. 6,900 bags per day. You see? The option is there. Now, in the second one, find the area of the arc below, considering O as the center. A very serious mistake here. You're supposed to know that an arc is just a length. So assuming this is A and this is B, then we can only talk about arc AB. Just that length. Now, we will talk about the length of an arc. So that was a mistake, maybe in their typing. The length of the arc below. So length of an arc is given by the angle at the center, 360, 2 pi r. So we will talk about 60 over 360, 2 pi multiplied by a radius of 21. So 60 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 22 multiplied by 21 divided by 360 by 7. This gives us exactly 22 centimeters length. So the length of the arc is found in option B. What about number 19 now? A learner rolled the dice. Dice is the singular form of a die. During a math lesson, this must be probability. Find the probability of an even number showing up. Remember, a fair die must be labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It usually has 6 phases. Now, in the 6 phases, we are talking about an even number showing up. So even numbers are 2, 4, 6. Therefore, we have 3 numbers out of 6 possible, which can simplify to a half. Then now we are told to express our answer as a decimal. So half can be expressed as 0.5 as a decimal. 0.5. So looking at the available choices, we have 0.5, but they have indicated percent. So that becomes wrong now because of the percent. So, you know, the answers can be, we say that a probability can be expressed as a decimal. Let me write it well. Probability can be expressed as a decimal. Which can also be expressed as a fraction. Which can also be expressed. I'm trying to check so that my screen stabilizes. Sorry for that interference. It can also be expressed as a fraction, which can also be expressed as a percentage. Yeah. So now converting half, which is now the fraction of this, can become a decimal of half or a percentage of 50 by multiplying it by 100. So if we had been told to express as a percentage, D could have been correct. D could have been correct. If we had been advised to express as a fraction, the only answer is half. But now making half a decimal, it only becomes 0.5, but not 0.5%. So we don't have a correct choice out of what is provided here. We proceed to number, so we just write your 0.5 as your final answer there, 0.5. A motorist on the Nairobi Expressway drove a superbike at a speed of 54 kilometers per hour. Convert into meters per second. So for us to convert this to meters per second, remember it is 54 kilometers in 1 hour. So we have to make the kilometers meters by multiplying them by 1,000, and we make the hours seconds by multiplying them by 3600. So we take 54 multiplied by 1,000, then we divide by 3600. This is 15 meters per second, making A the final answer, which is correct. Yeah, we can now check something in section 1. Remember, our consultation line is here. Number 21, work out in the spaces provided for each question. Yeah, we have now been given spaces here. Solve by substitution. X plus 2y equals to 11. 2x minus 2y equals to 10. So looking at these two equations, for us to solve by substitution, we have to express one of the unknowns in terms of the other in one of the equations, following the most appropriate or the most convenient term, which will be easier to express. Looking at equation 1, you see it will be easier to express x and say x equals to 11 minus 2y. So now we write our equation 2, because this is from 1, this is from equation 1. So we write equation 2 afresh by saying 2, and instead of x, 11 minus 2y minus 2y equals to 10. This is 22 minus 4y minus 2y again equals to 10. So grouping terms together, this will be negative 6y. Then we will talk about 10 minus 22, giving us a negative 12. And you see now the value of y will be, when we divide through by 6, which is negative, the negatives will cancel, and we will have y as 2. After getting the value of y as 2, there is an equation which will give us the value of x at that point. So x becomes 11 minus 2, the value of y, which is 2. So 11 minus 4, which is 7. So the final answer is x equals to 7, y equals to 2. What about in part B, whereby now the equation is being solved by elimination? For us to solve by elimination method, we are supposed to make the coefficients of any of the unknowns the same. For example, in equation 1, this is equation 1, and this is equation 2. So for us to make the value of b to be equal in equation 1 and in equation 2, we interchange these coefficients such that equation 1 multiplies by 4, equation 2 multiplies by, equation 1 multiplies by 4, and equation 2 by 2. So when we multiply 2b plus 3p equals to 190, we multiply everything by 4. Then equation 2, it will be 4b plus 2p equals to 290. Sorry. Equals to 290. We multiply everything by 2. You see that equation 1 becomes 8b plus 12p equals to 190 by 4, 760. Then we go to equation 2, which becomes everything by 2, 8b plus, this will be 4p equals to 290 by 2 becomes 580. So now we have to subtract downwards for us to eliminate now. 8b minus 8b, that one cancels. 12p minus 4p becomes 8p equals to 760 minus 580, giving us 180. So that the value of p becomes 180 divided by 8, giving us 22.5. Yeah. Now with the value of p, we can substitute p, now that it is known, in any of the equations for us to get b. For example, taking it to equation 1 to be 2b plus 3 multiplied by p equals to 190. So 2b equals to 190 minus 3 multiplied by 22.5, giving us 67.5. So 2b equals to 190 minus 67.5, which is 122.5. So we can talk of the value of b becoming, when we divide by 2, 61.25. So we have p and we have b. The values have been listed very well. So that is it. The next question is on statistics number 22. Grade 9 learners scored the following marks in a CAT. Study them and answer the questions below. We have the marks. You can see the list of marks there. Part A, how many learners sat for the CAT? Part B, what was the highest mark? What was the lowest mark? Calculate the mean of this course. Find the median. Find the mode. So as we start working out, I want us to list the marks in what we call ascending order. We begin with the least score here. We have a student who has 1. When I look at the marks, I don't see a student with 1. I also don't see a student with 2. And I also don't see a student with 0.3. But now we can have a student with 4. So 1, 2. 2 students with 4. 4, 4. Then we proceed. After 4, 4, we can check whether a student has 5. Yeah. 1. Only 1 student with 5. What about 6 marks? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 students with 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What about 7? 1, 2, 3. Sorry, let me check again. Sorry for that interference. Yeah, we are back. Sorry for that disconnection. For 7 marks, we are talking of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What about 0.8? Students with 0.8 or learners with 0.8, we have 1. Only 1 student. What about 0.9? I'm having a 1, 2. So 9 and 9. We go to 10, whereby we have 1, 2. So 2 students with 10. Then when you talk about 11, I'm not seeing a learner with 11, but 12, there is 1 here. Then we go to 13. 1, 2. I can see 2 students with 13. So 13, 13. Then after 13, we only go to 14. 1, 2 again. So 2 students with 14. 2 students with 14. So how many learners in total did the evaluation or did the CAT? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. That is the tallying skill. Just 20 students. Then after that, what is the highest mark? You can see 14. 2 students with 14. What was the lowest mark? The list is a 4. List is a 4. Calculate the mean of this course. So for us to calculate the mean of this course, we have to add all of them. Then we divide by 20 students. So we are going to add 4. This is a 4 by 2 students plus 5 by 1 students plus 6 by 4 students plus 7 by 3 students plus 8 plus 9 by 2 students plus 10 by 2 students plus 12 plus 13 by 2 students plus 14 by 2 students. This is giving me a total of 170 out of 20 students. What was the mean? 8.5. That is the mean of this course, or rather mean score. Find the median. The median now is supposed to be the value at the middle. the value at the middle when the data has been arranged in ascending order. So we can cancel 1, 1 from this side until we identify the one occupying the middle position, until we occupy the middle position, until we check what is on the middle position. Sorry for that. Until we check what is on the middle position. So at the middle position, I hope I've counted well. So just a minute to have 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Yes. So at the middle, we have both 7 and 8. At the middle, we find 7 and 8. Now that they are 2, we have to find their average. So 7 and 8. So median will be 7 plus 8 over 2, which is going to be 7.5 that way. 7.5 that way. Find the mode. Mode is the most occurring. The most occurring. We can see the ones who scored 6 are 4. So 6 is the mode or score. 6 is the mode. If the cut was out of 20, convert the highest mark into a percentage. The highest mark we identified as 14. So 14 out of 20 converted to a percentage. 14 over 20 converted to a percentage gives us exactly 70%. Yeah, 70%. 70%. Convert the lowest mark into percentage. The lowest mark is 4. So 4 over 20 times 100. This is 20% converted to a percentage. 20%. We continue. Number 23. A cylindrical oil tank at a petrol station has a radius of 3.5 meters and a height of 15 meters. Calculate the volume of the tank. Volume of a cylindrical solid is usually given by the cross-section area, which is circular. So pi r squared, and the height now. So pi r squared times height. So we can compute this value now. 22 over 7 multiplied by 3.5 by 3.5 once again, multiplied by 15. So this is going to be 57.5 meters cubed. Convert the volume into liters. We usually say that 1 meter cubed is equivalent to 1,000 liters. What about 577.5 liters? This will be 1,000 multiplied by 577.5 over 1. So when we multiply this by 1,000, we're getting 577,500 liters. Yeah, that is now after the conversion. How much would it cost to fill the tank if 1 liter of oil is 200. 1 liter is 200. But how many liters does it need? 577, 500. So we need to take 577, 500 times 200 Kenya shillings. This would be 115,500,000 Kenya shillings. So that is it after multiplication. Now in number 24, we have a question here, which is on angles. A very good question. While showing your working, find the value of angle W. Angle W, okay, the shape here, if I'm calling this one A, B, C, D, I would say A, B, C, D is a parallelogram, because you can see this line is parallel to this one, and this one is also parallel to this one. So this is definitely a parallelogram. Now that it is it is actually said that it is a parallelogram. Now that it is a parallelogram, opposite angles in a parallelogram are usually equal. So W will definitely be equal to 72. Otherwise, it can still be computed using a longer method, which is not very necessary. In the triangle ACD, we have 67, and we are also having 72. So when the two are added, we get 135, which means the angle at X is going to be 180 minus 139, which is 41. If this angle is 41, then we can use line AB and DC, which are parallel. Then AC becomes a transversal. So that Z becomes also 41. That is an alternate angle. And the Y becomes also 67, because 67, 67 alternate, 41, 41 alternate. This one is alternate, this one is alternate. So we get 67 and 41. Now for triangle ABC, we can talk of 180 minus 41 and 67. So 180 minus 41 and 67, automatically we are getting 72 at this point. But remember, I said we could have automatically concluded our 72 without even working out. Angle X, angle X has already been gotten. We said we need 180 minus 72 and 67. So the angle is going to be 41 degrees. 41 degrees. Angles in a triangle. Angle Y. The angle Y is 67. 7, because it's alternate with the angle at A. Alternate with the angle at A. Angle Z. Angle Z, we said 41 degrees, because it's alternate to the angle at Z. Z is alternate to the angle at X. Z is alternate to the angle at X. So they have to be equal. Alternate angles are equal. Then the angle at U, 180 minus 72, because it's a straight line with W. Straight line with W. So the angle at U is going to be 180 minus 72, giving us 108. Angles on a straight line. Yeah, 180 minus 72108 degrees that way. So that is how we get all the angles very quickly and conveniently. Consultation line remains to be here. Yeah, we talk about 25 now. Number 25. Andrew had Y shillings. He spent 3,000 shillings. Arnold had twice what Andrew is left with. Form an algebraic equation for the total amount they add. Total amount they add. Andrew Y shillings. He spent 3,000. So the balance for Andrew is Y minus 3,000. This is the balance. Then Arnold had twice what Andrew is left with. Arnold let me write it well. Arnold is going to have twice what Andrew is left with. What Andrew is left with. So when we say what Andrew is left with, it means 2y minus 600. Yeah. Form an algebraic equation. We don't need an equation. I think this should be an expression, sorry. Expression for the total amount of money they add. So the total money they add, the total amount of money they add, is it after Andrew spent or before Andrew spending? The question almost turning to be ambiguous, but the total amount of money they add, at what point? Is it after Andrew had spent or is it before Andrew had spent? But before Andrew spent, he was having Y and Arnold is having 2y minus 6,000. Yeah, 6,000 that way. So this is 3y 6,000. If we are to write a simplified expression, then 3 is common. We factor out 3 that way. That was before Andrew spending. So after Andrew had spent, he remained with y minus 3,000. Then now Arnold is having 2y minus 6,000. Therefore, you can see they are having 3y minus 9,000. So this is an alternative working. So if we factor out 3, we remain with y minus 3,000. So this can be still an alternative for the same question. 26. Study the figure below. We have triangle ABCD, ABD, and also ABC, and also ACD. These are 3 triangles. Yeah. Use the Pythagoras theorem to calculate the length of the line AC. So for us to get the length of the line AC, being the hypotenuse, we take 12 squared plus 5 squared, then we take the square root. So 12 squared plus 5 squared, the square root giving us 13 centimeters. 13 centimeters. The length CD, again using Pythagoras theorem, the length CD, which is unknown here, the length CD at that point. So we need to use the bigger triangle now, ABD, whereby we say, because it is just a base, then we have height and hypotenuse. For us to get the whole of BD, the whole of BD, we need to take 15 squared. Then we subtract 12 squared. Then we take square roots. So 15 squared plus minus 12 squared, then square root, I'm getting 9 centimeters. And remember, 9 centimeters is the length of the whole BD. If that is the length of the whole BD, then CD is going to be 9 minus 5, 4 centimeters. That way. Yeah, that way. 27. Oh, before 27, sorry, there is a part B. Sorry, part B. What is the length of BD? What's the length of BD? That is exactly 9 centimeters. We had already worked out 9 centimeters. That is already done. Then now we are looking at number 27. Draw a net for the figure below. So we have a figure here whereby we need the net. We need the net. Yeah. So for us, remember, drawing a net is simply opening up the solid. Just opening up the solid. So if this is A, B, C, D, okay, let me label it this way. The base to be A, B, C, D. Then I have above that E, F, G, H, that way. So I am just supposed to open this figure into the phases. And the big mistake here is that we've not been given the dimensions. So assuming that this is 8, 6, 5, yeah, 8, 6, 5, we can begin with the base, whereby it is 8 by 6, and it is rectangular. 8 by 6. 8 by 6, and it is a rectangular. 8 by 6, and it is rectangular. 8 by 6, and it is rectangular. 8 by 6, which is rectangular. So 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters. And when we say 8 by 6, we mean that is A, B, C, D. So A, B, C, D. Then from here now, we have to open another 2 rectangles, which are the same. That is rectangle BCFG, whereby there is a 5 centimeters, and also ADEH, they are equal. So 5 centimeters. So we have to extend 5 centimeters here. 5 centimeters. Then we lock it. So this is going to be 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters. And if this was C, then we are having a FG. FG. And we do the same on the other side. We repeat the same on the other side now. On the left, whereby we complete the rectangle. Then we shall talk about EH. EH. So we are having 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. Remember, this remains to be 6. This also will be 6 centimeters. This is still 8 centimeters. Then there is another rectangle now on the upper side, which will be DCFE. DCFE, which is measuring 8 by 5. 8 by 5. So 8 is already there. So we just have our 5 here. 8 by 5 that way. Then after 8 by 5, we will talk about, yeah, this is now 5. This is 5. And the name is going to be FE. So F and E that way. Then on the lower side, we will have an equal rectangle to that one, which is a HG. So 5 by 5 again, but on the lower side. 8 by 5 once again, the lower side. So when we look at this kind of a figure, you are able to conclude that, okay, this will be H, this will be G. So when you look at this now, you discover in case we close, we are going to get an open rectangle, an open cuboid, that is an open cuboid without being closed on top. Therefore, we need now a top, which is the same as base, and that will be EFGH now. EFGH. When we close this one, you get our open cuboid. But assuming that it is having a closed top, then we need 6 by 8. 6 by 8. Now that one can be added on the top or on the lower side. So 6 by 8 means now we do a 6 here. This is 5. This is 5. We need now 6 by 8, which means 8. Then 8. 6 centimeters. This is 8. 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters. So now, so this is EFGH. EFGH, that way. EFGH. So when you close it now, you will get back the solid. That is how a net is that's how a net should be drawn. Draw line AC 10 centimeters. Mark point M on the line such that A to M is 4. Construct a perpendicular line to AC through M. Let's do it very quickly. So we draw a line. We're supposed to draw a line, then we measure it in centimeters. I hope you're following keenly. This is A. Then this is C. I measure 10 centimeters. Then now we measure from A to M 6 centimeters. 4 centimeters, sorry. So after 4 centimeters, this will be my point M. 4 centimeters. Then now I'm supposed to construct a perpendicular line to AC through M. So through M, it means I have to stand at M, then I make an arc, and using the same radius, I make an arc there. Then now I extend the arc a little bit, and I stand at the first arc, I make an arc, standing on the second one, I make another arc up there. Therefore, now when I join this, I will have gotten my perpendicular line through M. So this is a perpendicular line through M. Perpendicular because it cuts AC through 90 degrees. Yeah, through 90 degrees that way. 90 degrees. That way. Number 29. Remember, we are almost winding up. Yeah, we are almost winding up. So in number 29, here we will talk about the cash price of a Chromebook, which is 32,000 Kenya shillings. Karima bought it on hire purchase terms. He paid a deposit of 18,000 by 6. Then this one should be, and 6 equal monthly installments of 3,000. Calculate the higher purchase price. So the higher purchase price is going to be the deposit that Karima paid plus 6 monthly installments, each 3,000. So at the end of the day, Karima is going to pay 18,000, the deposit, then 6 multiplied by 3,000, which is still 18,000 again. Now, at the end of the day now, we will have a total of 36,000 Kenya shillings that way. How much more did he pay higher purchase than in cash price? Cash price was 32,000, but higher purchase, it will be 36,000. We subtract what he could have paid on cash. So he's ending up paying that 6,000 minus 32,000, which is just 4,000. So he has paid 4,000 more. If you were to pay the remaining money in 4 equal monthly installments, how much would he pay per month? How much would he pay per month? So installments are totaling to 18,000, and they were paid in 6 equal installments. So if he was to pay the 18,000, he were to pay the remaining money in 4 equal monthly installments, how much would he have paid? So this would have been paid in 4 months. So what is higher? What is the amount in each installment? 4,500. 4,500. That would have been the installment per month. Number 30. The bar graph below shows the number of packets of tea leaves sold by a shopkeeper in 6 days. Study it and answer the questions that follow. So the number of packets are there, then the number of days are here on the x-axis. Which day did the shopkeeper record the highest sales, record the lowest sales? According to these bar graphs, according to the bar graph, I can see the best day for our sales is Saturday. Then lowest, let's look at the lowest. Lowest is on Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that they made the lowest sales. Which day did the shopkeeper sell the same number of packets? Which days? The same number of packets. We can check the heights. Looking at this and this, we can see they are the same height, therefore, which is 60 packets. So we talk of Monday and Thursday. Monday and Thursday. Monday and Thursday. Monday and Thursday. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest sales? Highest and lowest. So between Wednesday and Saturday, what is the difference? On Saturday, we are having okay, we have to finish here. This would have been 100 because it is intervals of 10. Therefore, we have a 95 and 30. 95 and 30. 95 and the lowest day is 30. 65 packets. That is the difference. 30 and 95. Yeah. Then finally, Calculate the total number of packets sold by the shopkeeper. So we are having 60 the first day, then 50 in the second day, 30, 60 again, and this is 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 55. Then we are having a 95. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 95. So total packets is going to be 60 plus 50 plus 30 plus 60 again plus 55 plus 95. This is going to be 350 packets. So we will have a total of 350 packets. So you will show the working very well, but you have to write every number plus the next until you get 350 packets. So that is it. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, to subscribe to this platform. Remember also to bring students, refer learners in both the 844 and the competency-based curriculum to this platform, Shifting Grades in YouTube. Thank you all for attending. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.